Oh my, good morning, good morning, good morning. And I need to offer apologies for yesterday. Good morning, Gypsy. Good morning, good morning. I need to offer apologies for yesterday. I am so sorry. I went and I had a shot, and they gave me a shot for inflammation and for pain. And I came home and I just passed the hell out. When I woke up, it was after 6, and I noticed, and I called Debbie and I was like, I am so sorry. I said, you could have did the show for me. She goes, nope. She goes, I was waiting for you. So good morning, Gypsy, and I wish you the best with the doctors. Hi, Brown Eyed. Hi, Susan. Hi, Tina. Hi, Feel the Love. How are you this morning? Um, okay, so my chat isn't showing. Is my chat showing today? Is my chat showing? Because I'm looking at a lot of people on the chat, but it's not showing on the screen. So I'm going to hide the overlay, and I'm going to bring it back up and put the overlay there again. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. Good morning. Hi, Muggsy. Good morning. Hi, Renee. I'm not sick. I'm just in pain. But they want to give me a steroid treatment. And my sister told me, hell no, don't do that. And I asked about a steroid patch, and they said sometimes the regulation on a patch is not correct. So, but the shot I received yesterday, the cocktail I received yesterday, um, really helped. Well, it put me to sleep. And when I got up around, I was still hurting, but not as bad. And I have more. They gave me some more muscle relaxers. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But I know my knees started bothering me, and I knew I had inflammation. They didn't even have to tell me that because my legs were hot. Not my legs. My leg was hot, so I knew I had some type of inflammation. So good morning, good morning, good morning. So yesterday I wanted to discuss a story, which I told you about this 15-year-old that shot his family. And also, I don't know if you guys remember the Turpin family, but one of the one of the foster parents, a foster family that took in, I think, 3 of the Turpin kids after they were taken from their mother and father after being tortured for years. We're going to discuss that. He was just sentenced to jail. Prednisone. Oh, he didn't even talk about prednisone, but okay. Yeah, he didn't talk about prednisone, but I know I'm not doing steroids. My sister was on a steroid regimen, and she looked like a running back for the Texans. And then her anger was just horrible. And when my sister Hazel Eyes took steroids, she went off the chart with her anger. So I definitely don't need steroids, and I don't want to start that shit and then have to keep doing it. So they've got to come up with something different. Good afternoon, Miss Sweet Tooth J. How are you? I'm not in as much pain as I was yesterday. So I actually slept until 6 something like yesterday evening. Got up, made me a salad, ate that, and stood in the shower for like 5 minutes, and put on my PJs and got in my bed and went right back to sleep. So I still hurt, but not like I was yesterday. Not at all. So let's just get into the story of the 15-year-old young man. Okay, so the police and the prosecutors have asked all the news media not to release the family's names. And it's this happened Falls City, Washington State. Okay. One of the siblings escaped. They have no idea what happened, why the family was caved. The young man had never been in trouble before. He's never had any previous cases, no appearances in court, no nothing. But now they're seeking 5 counts of murder in the first degree and 1 count of attempted murder. Good morning, Denver. Good morning, Michelle LaBelle. Good morning, Chantel Gucci. Oh my God, Gypsy. See, y'all thought I was kidding when I said that. I looked at my sister one day at my mom's house, and this is when she had shoulder stuff. So she finally got her shoulder and everything operated on. She was sitting at the table in my mother's kitchen area, because she has a formal dining room than the kitchen thing. And well, it's not in the kitchen, it's next to the kitchen, but there's a table, the TV, and her recliner, and then there's a formal dining room. And we were sitting there, and I'm looking at my sister. I said, damn. I said, you look like a damn running back. And my sister said, that's not funny. I said, girl, your neck is huge, her shoulders, everything. And so my brother goes, I think you mean a linebacker. I said, whatever it is, she looks like she can play football. That's what steroids did to her. And it took her like 4 years after she was on that regimen to actually lose that and to actually start looking like herself again. She was huge. So the teenager that ran away, that got away, was injured, and one of the neighbors helped her. They have no idea why, but I did find the clip. I have looked and looked. I'm sorry. I just standing up for a second. I don't want to sit too long. I'm going to keep up and down, up and down. This young man took out his family except for one. Like I said, you never know what's going on in someone's house. And that's what brought me to the Turpin family when I was reading this story. You never know what goes on in someone's house. You have no idea what goes on. So I just want to, let me pull this story. I want you to hear it for yourselves. Oh, hold on, guys. I think this is my doctor. Hold on. No, that can't be my doctor's. No, it's too early for that. 7 o'clock in the morning? No, that's not him. I'm going to play this.
And their dogs.
Okay, a telemarketer, 7 o'clock in the morning. Here we go.
With their kids on bikes, and everybody knew them.
Our other top story out of Falls City, investigators say a shooting left 5 out of 7 family members dead and neighbors in shock. The King County Sheriff's Office says a teen is in custody tonight and will be booked on possible murder charges. Thank you for joining us for Fox 13 News at 10. I'm Sabir Rayford.
And I'm David Rose. Fox 13's Jennifer Dowling is here to share where this investigation goes from here. And Jen, what are neighbors telling you about this family?
Well, neighbors say the oldest teen in the home, they believe, was around 15 years old. They say although the parents oftentimes kept to themselves, busy with work and home projects, the kids were often out in the neighborhood socializing, stopping by to say hi, and sometimes even helping with projects around the neighborhood.
I only saw the children in the driveway yesterday afternoon.
As the rain fell on Lake Alice Monday, it matched the somber mood of neighbors like Lynn Trowan.
I just in total shock. I keep bursting into tears.
Watching as King County deputies investigated a shooting that devastated the large family that was well known in this lakeside community.
The kids would come over and 4th of July and play sparklers and everything.
Troran says the 5 kids could be seen fishing and boating from the water's edge here off the beach of their lakeside home all summer.
The little girl just recently painted me a picture, and she gave it to me like a couple of months ago, and I still have that little picture.
Neighbors said the kids were helpful, well behaved, and the whole family could be seen walking around the lake almost daily.
So polite, homeschooled, and it's unfathomable.
Sunday, the sound of music could still be heard coming from the kids' piano in the garage.
It was very quiet there yesterday up till about 4 o'clock. I think they came home from somewhere. And the kids were just running up and down in the driveway as usual. One of the boys was playing the piano in the garage, and then it started to rain, so I came in.
The music was silenced overnight, just before 911 calls started coming in.
And shot the other family members. I believe there's 5 total, not including the RP who's hiding in a bathroom.
The King County Sheriff's Office reports that a teen girl was shot 2 times, but was able to get out of the house to get help.
We learned that there was a neighbor who had medical experience who was providing aid to an injured individual, presumably who had been shot but was surviving.
Deputies described chaos upon arrival with 2 adults and 3 kids dead in the home.
They immediately took one young male, teenage male, into custody. It does appear to be that this is a family incident, clearly a domestic violence incident that involves not only a young man who's now in significant trouble, and it involves firearms.
Deputy Mellis says the girl that escaped was taken to Harborview for treatment.
I just keep seeing their faces, and those children, and I don't know the details or anything, but I know something terrible has happened there, so.
As for what's next, the investigation will continue tonight. As you can see, it's still ongoing behind me. And then investigators say they will expand it, executing multiple search warrants on things like cell phones and social media apps to try to learn more about what happened here. Reporting live in Fall City, Jennifer Dowling, Fox 13 News.
Louisville police. A man murdered.
Again, this young man killed 3 of his siblings and his mother and father, and then shot his sister, who escaped twice. There seems to be no rhyme or reason for this, for what happened. You read the newspaper article, you heard them say that the family was always walking around, but they were walking around as a family. The kids were outside playing. You never know why this young man, unless he talks, or his sibling who's now in the hospital, unless she has something that was going on in the home that no one knew about. Maybe the young man had some kind of mental break. We don't know what goes on in someone's house. The outside looks perfect. Family looks great. You know, they're doing things together as a family. They're helping around in the neighborhood. And then all of a sudden, this happens. But the kids didn't attend school. They were homeschooled. That says, I mean, you have a 15-year-old that's not out socializing, but then they said that they were out in the neighborhood. They were socializing with other kids. They're on the water all summer long. You never know what happens inside of a home. So when I was thinking about this, I was thinking about the Turpin kids. So then I go look, and the foster dad for the Turpin kids was just sentenced for abusing these kids. He was sentenced to 7 years. 7 years after these kids went through torture with their own family. I don't know if you guys remember the story, but Jordan, who at the time was 17 years old, she escaped the home, called the police, and I found that video. And there's another video that goes with this. It's like 29 minutes, and I didn't want to play it all, but I will put the link in the chat. Good morning, Vault. I'm in pain, but not like I was yesterday, Vault. Yes, guys, hit the thumbs up, please, please, please. Thank you. So, I found the body, well, some of the body cam footage, but I'm going to drop the link for It Belongs to Wolf. I can't think of the name of the YouTube channel, but let me just show you this. If you don't remember this family, this was a house of horrors, and I'm serious. This was a house of horrors.
Was a stunning story of survival that made headlines around the world.
13 children kept prisoners by their parents in a Paris home, at times chained up and in filth. Tonight, newly released video gives us a closer look at the moments they became free and what law enforcement found inside the house of horrors.
Hi, Jordan. Hi, what's going on?
I just ran away from home.
Okay.
I live in a family.
Just want to say, Jordan, 13 kids, they've never gone to school. They were homeschooled as well. There was a 29-year-old living there as well, and they would never let the 29-year-old leave.
15.
Okay.
Thank you so much. There's a mother, father, and then there's 13 kids.
Newly released body camera video shows what happened moments after 17-year-old Jordan Turpin ran away from home. In this surveillance video, you could see her sneak out. It was the early morning of January 14th, 2018. She calls 911. Shortly after, this deputy arrives.
Our parents are abusing. They abuse us. But the reason I called and the reason I managed to get out here, this is one of the most scariest things I've ever done. I'm terrified. But I called because my two little sisters, they're chained up right now. And they...
Do you have pictures of that?
Yes, I can show you.
Jordan goes on to show the deputies pictures of her sisters. In these images, you could see them chained up and appearing frail. There's also bruises up and down their arms.
See how dirty she is? We are so filthy. We don't take baths.
We live in filth, and sometimes I wake up.
Look at this house. Look at this house. They haven't taken a bath. She said the last time she can remember taking a bath was like a year ago. A year ago. 13 kids.
And I can't breathe because how dirty the house is. We never take baths.
The deputy takes Jordan to the back of his squad car and calls for backup. Then they make their way to the Turpin home. Here, you can see the deputies detain the parents.
Ma'am, why don't you step over here for a minute? Okay, with you. And sir, step over here for a second. Just step over with my partner here for a second. You got any weapons on you? No. Turn around real quick. I'm going to check you out.
This is all happening after deputies realize there is evidence of abuse.
Okay. All right, let's just go ahead and detain the parents.
This video shows the moment when they found the chains inside the closet of the kid's bedroom. At one point, they even find one of the Turpin boys in chains in bed. This video is part of the evidence. You can see David Turpin wave to the camera. Then there's images like this that show the home littered with trash, and in some cases, unopened toys. And take a look at their clothes. Horrifying images of abuse. It was enough to take the parents into custody. Yeah, just awful to see all those images. Well, the parents pled guilty to 14 counts, including torture and child cruelty. They've been sentenced to 25 years in prison. No,
life. They got life. They got life. Not 25 years. They changed.
Was a stunning
life. So, I'm going to show you this other video, and I want you to go take a look at it. This one is right here by EU. This is the video right here by EU. I'm
and impractical to secure a warrant. Courts may also consider whether the facts suggested that the suspect police officer would believe their safety or other safety was threatened, and whether there was a serious crime involved. Police, in hot pursuit of a fleeing criminal, may also make use of the exigent circumstances exception. As officers push their way past the corpulent door jamb that is David and ease their way into the large open home, they're shocked and horrified by what greets them. Every inch of the 2,388-square-foot house's floor is covered in mounds of rotting food and moldering trash, while the powerful stench of human waste hangs in the humid air. Strangely, there also seems to be several dozen unopened boxes and packages of children's toys and brand new children's clothing complete with tags seen peeking out of the monstrous piles of garbage.
This is the way those kids were living. Delphi, I'm going to discuss that. Honestly, Cooch, I'm going to discuss Delphi on Saturday. I didn't watch yesterday because I was in pain. I did watch the opening statements. Good morning, Pamela Barr. But that's the link that I wanted to share with you guys. So you guys can go take a look at it for yourselves and go check if you're not familiar with that story. So this was before the 8, whatever they were called. That was before their story. So we never know what's going on inside of someone's home. We have no idea what's going on. Everything on the outside can be perfect, but you never know what these kids are going through. And I'm serious. When I was listening to the story of reading the story about the 15-year-old, the first thing popped in my head were those Turpin kids. And I said, let me see what's going on with the Turpin kids. So I typed in Google and first thing pops up. Foster dad sentenced to 7 years for abusing Turpin family siblings after they were rescued from the parents' home of torture. He was sentenced to 7 years. His name is Mauricio Oquin, 65 years old. He was sentenced to 7 years. His wife and his daughter received 4 years probation. He pleaded guilty to lewd acts on a child, false imprisonment, injuring a child, while his wife, Rosa, and daughter pleaded guilty to child cruelty. Now, these kids went through enough with their own family. They were placed in that position by CPS, and they were further exploited by this family. They were exploited. There was also, he wasn't charged with SA, but one of the girls said that he sexually abused her. But he wasn't charged with that. He was charged with a lewd acts on a child. I think he should have been charged with sexual abuse. New content. It's TikTok fakers. Wait a minute. I'm missing something. Yeah, oh my God, they got so many fakers on TikTok with big talk. But my understanding is TikTok is going away in January. Again, that's the rumor. That's the rumor. So they were saying that, his attorney said that a lot of the things that were said were exaggerated. Really? I fight like a girl. So you take them out of one situation, and they place 3 children there. And you take them out of one situation and you put them into another. So when I'm reading the article, it said that social services failed these kids not once but twice. Was it 3 or was it 6 children? Oh, no, it was 6 kids that was placed with them. Six. The youngest 6 was placed with them. Now, after the charges were done, the children filed a lawsuit against River County Child Protection Services. You remember River County, the one that Allie was talking about? I do have a statement. I have a video from Allie's mom as well, but Allie brought up River County Child Protection Services as well. It brings to mind what the hell was going on. The kids said that that the couple the husband and the wife would throw sandals at them, pull their hair, force them to eat their own vomit, and made them sit in a circle to recount the drama they had experienced in their parents' home. So it was like, story time. Tell us what happened in your parents' home. They had to relive that trauma for that family's enjoyment. That is so fucked up. So fucked up. And I don't understand if they ever got a report before of kids being abused from them. Probably not, because they placed them there. They placed them there. So let me just show you. Hold on. I'm going to show you this news clip. Let me get it. And here we go.
A horrendous story of abuse and neglect. The Turpin family, they gained international attention after their parents were arrested in 2018, accused of torturing their 13 children, depriving them of food, chaining them to their beds. And now it appears that some of those kids have been abused again, but by their new foster families.
Yep. Marcelino Alguin was sentenced to 7 years in prison, while his wife and adult daughter were sentenced each to 4 years of probation. They pled
4 years probation, mother and daughter, 4 years probation. They should have been in jail as well. Hi, Mari. I didn't see you come in, but I see people speaking to you. Good morning. Good morning, Crafting with Amanda.
Guilty a few weeks ago to sexual, psychological, and physical abuse of the 6 children who were placed in their care after they already experienced horrific abuse by their biological parents. Alex Stone joins us now with the latest. Alex, we were just talking about this case. We can't even fathom, we can't even believe that this happened again, already horribly abused. And then the families that are supposed to be caring for them abuse them again.
Yeah, Karen, Terry, they lived in this household in the Turpin home, 2 to 29 years old. These children who grew up being locked up, chained up. Then they went to the foster family, and the foster family, we now know based on the guilty plea, sexually assaulted them, physically assaulted them by forcing them to stay in their rooms 9 hours a day. They had an alarm set up if they tried to get out. Just so many parts to this that you read through the allegations, and it's pretty incredible to think that they went from the one family into this family, but this was the foster family that accepted them through an agency, and as they went into that family, they were abused again.
I mean, it's revolting, and it's horrific, and it's outrageous. So, we remember, Alex, the Turpin case came to the world's attention after their 17-year-old daughter escaped and then called 911. So how did this come to light? And you touched on it. How could it happen again?
Yeah.
And that is a question, and there will be investigations into how did it go on again. There was an outside agency that the county uses that put them into this home, and there were allegedly warnings about this family, and some inside the agency.
Wait a minute. See, I didn't even listen to this. He says there were warnings about this family. I didn't even hear this news story. I just went back to see, can I find videos on body cam footage showing the conditions of the home. I didn't even listen to this story. Right before I came live, I saw this because I had the article about him being sentenced. And then I saw this news story. I said, "Ooh, let me put this in the queue, and I'm going to play this." So there were warnings about this family, and you still put these kids in here.
Who didn't think that they should go there. But this was a family that had a number of children. They took the 6 minor children of the Turpin family. Now 4 are in another foster home and still under foster care.
It's just heart-wrenching. Absolutely heart-wrenching. There's no other way to describe it. We'll follow the case, of course, Alex, and hopefully these kids will get some help, some justice. And so to learn more about the Turpin family, be sure to watch Diane Sawyer's exclusive interview with sisters Jennifer and Jordan Turpin in Escape from a House of Horror. It's streaming on Hulu. It's riveting. We'll be right back.
Now, Jordan is the one that I think that's a TikTok sensation. I think it's Jordan. She's the TikTok sensation. I'm just floored with this. So there were warning signs to begin with. Warning signs. Now, this story...
Louisville police say a man murdered his coworker because he became obsessed with her and focused on how many breaks she was taking at work.
They're not
51-year-old Travis Merrill is charged with murder. Court
They
documents...
were just abused by the foster parents. Now 4 of them are in another foster home. I hope they're taking and keeping an eye on these kids. They were tortured by the parents, the people who were supposed to protect them. And now you put them into someone else's homes, someone else's home, that there were warnings about that family. But I guess you can't find a family that's willing to take 6 kids. So yeah, let's just throw them in there. And now they're in another foster home, 4 of them. But the Diane Sawyer interview, you guys go take a look at it. That's the oldest sister who was 29 at the time. Well, she's 29. And then I think that's Jordan. I remember watching it years ago. Well, not years, but it's been a few years back. And it's a really good interview.
Documents reveal that after his coworker complained about him obsessing over her, he created a detailed plan to kill her in front of their coworkers because she, quote, caused him pain, and he wanted her to feel it too. Fox 4's David Centenary spoke with the suspect's neighbors. David.
Well, neighbors of the suspected killer say he was a bit off, but they had no idea he was charged with murder until we told them today.
Oh my God, so you mean he wasn't the nicest man? He wasn't around helping out people, cutting grass. You know, he always spoke to people. These neighbors say he was odd. So if you're just getting here, this man, I'm going to start it from the beginning and I'm not going to talk. He killed his coworker because she didn't want to be with him. And he wanted to do it in front of everybody because he was in pain and he wanted her to be in pain.
Louisville police say a man murdered his coworker because he became obsessed with her and focused on how many breaks she was taking at work. 51-year-old Travis Merrill is charged with murder. Court documents reveal that after his coworker complained about him obsessing over her, he created a detailed plan to kill her in front of their coworkers because she, quote, caused him pain, and he wanted her to feel it too. Fox 4's David Centenary spoke with the suspect's neighbors. David.
Well, neighbors of the suspected killer say he was a bit off, but they had no idea he was charged with murder until we told them today.
I see him all the time.
Darcy White says he never had a good feeling about his Louisville neighbor, 51-year-old Travis Merrill.
I kind of felt something strange about him.
White says on Sunday, a relative of Merrill's was moving and giving away belongings from Merrill's apartment.
He gave me these shirts. He said son had to go out of town.
It was not until Fox 4 told White on Monday, however, the reason Merrill is no longer his neighbor is because Merrill is charged with murder.
And so this is that man's shirts. I have a killer's shirts.
According to an arrest warrant, Merrill walked into Allegiance Trucking in Louisville on October 17th, where he worked, and shot and killed Tamara Colazzo, a female coworker. The affidavit says Merrill admitted to police he was obsessed with Colazzo and began getting ever increasingly angry by her taking what he considered to be unauthorized long breaks during work hours, as well as not paying any attention to him. The woman reported his behavior to administration. Merrill had to speak with a counselor until he was approved to come back to work. He told police that once he returned, everyone must think he's a psychopath, and that Colazzo was intentionally avoiding him. Police say that fueled his anger and led to him buying guns and making a detailed plan to kill Colazzo. Police say he brought 2 revolvers and shot Colazzo 5 times while she was at her cubicle. 24 co-workers witnessed the shooting. Merrill gave himself up once police arrived.
It's pretty sad.
Adriana Solis and her 13-year-old son lived next door to Merrill. Solis says he would ask her personal questions, leading her to be cautious of him.
I was thinking maybe that guy have some problem mentally. We never know what is inside of each house.
I just said that.
Merrill is in Denton County Jail, bond set at $10 million. Steve, Heather, back to y'all.
All right, that's David Centenary tonight. David, thank you.
Shot his neighbor, shot his co-worker because he thought she was taking too many unauthorized breaks and she wanted nothing to do with him. Nothing to do with him. Exactly, M-Wit, exactly. Now, oh my God, this thing with Diddy has gotten completely out of hand. The more shit that comes out, the sicker I get. I don't know if you guys heard about the 13-year-old that he R'd, along with 2 celebrities that was there watching. I'm gonna there were supposedly some leaked jail phone calls between him and his son when he's talking in circles. And I'm sitting there going, if you're telling him don't forget to recycle, he's asking, he told him supposedly to get rid of the pizza boxes, get rid of all the boxes. I'm like, are you fucking crazy? These calls are actually recorded in jail. He asked them, has anyone reached out? He also asked someone, has Jay reached out? They don't know if he was talking about Jay-Z or not. But until I have that validated, or until a credible news source puts those out. Hi, ambulance girl. Exactly, ambulance girl. Exactly. We don't know who some of these people are. We don't know who some of these people are. And Colleen, thank you for the Cash App yesterday, which I did leave you a voicemail. I didn't see it until this morning, but I wanted to say thank you. And that case with the Falls City youth was on my thing for yesterday anyway. And if you want to pull back your Cash App, you can go ahead and do that. And then I see Snuggle. There's so much saying it. I know he asked if Jay reached out, but what floored me was Jamie Foxx. People thought Jamie Foxx was kidding. He was doing his comedy thing, and Jamie Foxx said that Diddy was behind the stroke he suffered a year ago. People in the audience started laughing. Jamie stopped and he says, no, I'm not joking. Jamie says that he was drugged by Diddy. And he said this was no joke. Everybody suspected it. He said he was drugged by Diddy. Good morning, Sarah motherfucking Z. Good morning, sweetie. Jamie Foxx came out of his mouth. And people thought he was, just doing a comedy routine like Dave Chappelle and everybody else. Jamie stopped when people were laughing and he gave them a serious look. He says, no joke. He drugged me. Nope, he was not joking. Not at all. Good morning, Miss McGinnis. And I believe Jamie Foxx too. Okay. I remember when Danny was up here, this was a few months back, right after his house was raided. I said it. I said, I believe he was behind what happened to Jamie Foxx. I believe he was behind what happened with L.B. Shore. You have Andre Harrell, who's no longer with us. Kim Porter, who's no longer with us. His former bodyguard, that's really his son's daddy, no longer with us. No longer with us. That man has a lot of bodies around him. A lot of bodies around him. And then we have Allie's mom, and I'm getting ready to play her thing right now. Allie has a lot of stuff that she's been saying, but when her mom came, and this is her foster mother, or the one that adopted her. And you remember when we listened to Allie the first time, she said that River County or River City CPS was the one that had her in trafficking. And Cooch sent me something yesterday or the other day about trafficking and about a student. Well, no, Cooch didn't send me the trafficking one. She sent me the one about the student that was chained up. And Cooch, I haven't forgotten about that. I just haven't had a chance to look at it, but I definitely will take a look at it. A student that was taped to his desk in Claremont County. That's what that was. And hold on a second. So let me, yes, matter of fact, I need to, well, I'll do that one tomorrow because I need to pull it from my IG. Yep. And, you know, Eminem has been calling him out. 50 Cent has always called him out. DMX always called him out. You know, but these people were labeled as troublemakers in, you know, in the industry and everything else. So let's listen as Heidi, did you see the one of the young lady was found dead? Yes, at the Walmart. Yes, I did. It was a young lady found dead in an oven at Walmart. Let me see if that story is up yet. Hold on a second, guys. Just hold on. Yes, I did. I read the article, but I didn't know if there was any news coverage on it. Let me see. Yep, 12 hours ago. Hold on a second. Let me pull this up for you guys. She was 19 years old. And hold on a second. Let me get this for you. Hold on. And then we're going to get to Allie's mom. Let me grab this for you. Yep, they're investigating. Now, that reminds me of the young woman in Chicago that was found deceased in a hotel freezer. And no one can say how she got in that freezer. Okay, here we go.
We begin with the death of a Walmart employee in Halifax. Police confirming the 19-year-old died inside a walk-in oven at the store. CTV's Paul Hollingsworth joins us now. Paul, what do we know about the victim?
Marilla, she was a 19-year-old Walmart employee, and according to the Maritime Sick Society, she was a member of their community. Police have not yet identified the teenager who died at this Walmart on Saturday night, but they have confirmed where it happened.
The female was located in the walk-in oven in the bakery within the store.
Police are asking the public to refrain from posting speculation or possible misinformation on social media. The investigation will include Occupational Health and Safety and the Nova Scotia Medical Examiner's Office.
And this investigation is a very complex investigation, so I would not be able to provide a timeline.
The province's Department of Labor has issued a stop work order for the bakery and one piece of equipment at this store. CTV News public safety analyst Chris Lewis says this could be a long and thorough investigative process.
So they'll be doing drug scans and looking at different potential medical causes, looking at the technology, the infrastructure around access to that location.
Lewis says police will likely treat this as a homicide until proven otherwise, but all possible scenarios will be investigated.
Either the poor girl had a natural death of some sort, or it was an accident that for some reason couldn't get out, or a homicide. And so quite an investigation has to go into that.
Chef Peter Early says, given the safety mechanisms usually in place, he finds it difficult to believe a person could be trapped inside an oven.
I was just about to say the same thing. How did she get in the oven and how did she become trapped? I cannot believe someone 19 years old will crawl inside of an oven, a walk-in oven. And I said crawl, but a walk-in oven. I find that hard to believe. I don't want to speculate, but I just find that hard to believe. Really hard to believe.
From a background of the culinary industry, and so I would consider it highly abnormal or unusual to have a broken or malfunctioning or lack of a safety release valve in any of the equipment
no witness
I was using.
The 19-year-old woman was found dead on Saturday night. 3 days later, this Walmart remains closed. Marilla.
Sad story, Paul.
So, yes, I read that. I saw that. And I never, matter of fact, I saw that when I was sitting in the emergency room thing yesterday. And you know, Walmart has some of the best CCTV cameras there are. Walmart had you all in the parking lot from the time you pull up and park. They follow you all. Well, they don't follow you, but the cameras are everywhere. Their cameras are top line. I mean, any cop that does, and they always talk about Walmart cameras, their surveillance systems. You think it was an attempt? It's a walk-in oven. And Aesop, I saw your comment, and I wanted to get back to you on that. Yes, Jamie Foxx did say, he said that. He said it, and he made sure the audience knew he wasn't kidding. He said that. Good morning, Black Roses. Yes, Abercrombie and Fitch. Oh, let me pull that one too. Jesus Christ, yes. So, the CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch, yes, he was arrested yesterday for sex. Was it yesterday or the day before? For sex trafficking charges. There is, as I'm telling you, it's just so much, and you try to get it all in. But hold on a second. I have the article on my phone because God knows I read that just sitting there. And I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you people? You have Muhammad El-Fayed, who's now deceased. And all these women, 64 of them, have come forward with him abusing them. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And I really think that he wanted Princess Diana, but she didn't want him. So he decided to sick his son on her. And I'm just like, well, I'm sure now he's the former CEO, but this is on CNN News. Hold on. Let me grab this for you. This was 19 hours ago. Yeah, I do. I see all of this. Well, I get stuff that comes to my news feed all the time. And I subscribe to CNN. So hold on a second. Let me show you this. We're going to say fair use. An ex-Abercrombie and Fitch CEO arrested in federal sex trafficking probe.
The former CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch and 2 associates are under arrest for allegedly running an international sex trafficking and prostitution scheme.
According to a new federal indictment, former Abercrombie boss Mike Jeffries and his alleged co-conspirators interviewed and hired men for so-called sex parties fueled by alcohol, drugs, and Viagra. And authorities say many of the victims were prospective male models looking for work in the fashion industry. CNN national correspondent Bryn Gingras is following this story. Bryn, what more are prosecutors alleging here?
Yeah, Boris, one of those co-defendants is actually also Jeffrey's romantic partner, also arrested this morning along with Jeffrey's, and a third person who is described by prosecutors as sort of a middleman with this whole entire operation. Let me detail a little bit more of what prosecutors say happened here. They're saying in about a 7-year period, part of that time, Jeffrey's was the current CEO of Abercrombie Fitch, and prosecutors say he was using his power, his wealth to basically find men who wanted to be models and
stop for a second. Elon Musk is supposed to have the same type of parties that Diddy has. Allegedly. Elon Musk has parties like that as well. But I was listening to TikTok around 4 o'clock this morning, and it is said that Diddy is giving up some people, which don't know if it's true or not, but all of these federal raids are going on now. Federal.
Actually have them try out in sexual ways to come to what is being described as sex events. And those sex events would happen in hotel rooms. They'd happen at houses that Jeffrey's owned all across the world, really. And at those events, they were sex-fueled events where their prosecutors are saying these prospective models would be given.
It says former Abercrombie CEO Mike Jeffries and 2 associates arrested. Indictment claims Jeffries, others engaged in a sex trafficking scheme targeting men with modeling aspirations. Alleged scheme took place between December 2008 and March 2015. When did he step down? Was it 2022? I heard
drugs. They've been given alcohol, Viagra, muscle relaxers to perform sex acts on Jeffries and his romantic partner. I want you to hear more from the prosecutors who laid out this 16-count indictment earlier this afternoon.
On more than one occasion, Jeffries and Smith either
notice this is the same guy. Same guy. This is sick.
Directed others to inject or personally injected men with an erection-inducing substance for the purpose of causing the men to engage in sex acts the men were incapable of engaging in or unwilling to engage in.
I mean, pretty horrific allegations here. All 3 men were arrested not in New York, but they're going to be brought to New York to be in federal court sometime later this week or possibly the beginning of next week, guys.
And this investigation, Bryn, was prompted by a BBC documentary.
Yeah, so that documentary came out last year, and there were several, really dozens of men who came forward to this reporter with the BBC about these allegations. So and since that came out, a federal investigation started. Abercrombie and Fitch started its own investigation. And really this, if you can remember at the time, Abercrombie and Fitch really soared in the early 2000s. And they were hitting, a big, they basically were on a big stride until all these allegations came forward when Jeffries was at the helm of the company. It's important to note that Abercrombie & Fitch certainly has changed its image since then. They have hired new management. They have hired, they have different inclusion practices inside their company. But certainly this is another hit for the company that has been taken several over the last few years, guys.
Bryn Gingras, thank you so much for the update. Joining us now to discuss is defense and trial attorney Misty Harris. Misty, what do you make of the charges that these 3 men are facing now?
Well, what we're seeing in this indictment looks to be a pretty sophisticated sex trafficking ring as per the prosecutors. Not only do you have 3 co-conspirators who are indicted, but there's also allegations relating to a network of individuals, employees, contractors, security professionals who are all involved in the recruitment and ultimately facilitating the acts that underlie the allegations in the indictment. So my guess would be that we know that there's 15 people who are involved relating to the allegations of the indictment. But the question is, do you have some cooperating witnesses who may have been involved more tangentially, not masterminds, who may be assisting with the feds, maybe having non-prosecution agreements? That's something to look for as this case proceeds.
And Misty, the accusers here were under the impression that Jeffries would help their careers. How is that going to factor into?
Sounds like P. Diddy, huh? drop your drawers. I'm gonna give you a recording contract. Yeah, okay.
Defense.
Well, keep in mind that the prosecutors have to prove for the sex trafficking charges that there was the recruitment and solicitation of individuals through force, fraud, or coercion to engage in a sex act. So that's the standard for prosecutors. So that element of force, fraud, and coercion is something that's going to be the prosecutor's burden to prove. Now, of course, when it comes to the defense, they're going to look at each one of these individuals, the specific allegations relating to them, and try and potentially make arguments that some people may have been engaging in these acts willfully. And so that's where you see the prosecutors in the indictment setting out that there were other substances involved, that there were other issues that would make them unable to consent to these sexual acts. But the defense uses that in a different way to say, this might not be a sex trafficking ring. It might be a case of state sexual assault. And that's how they're going to try and detract from those allegations.
Misty, some accusers filed a civil lawsuit against the company itself. I'm wondering if you think these federal charges could bolster their claims.
Well, we see a similar pattern here with another case we're covering frequently where there's many civil cases and ultimately there was an indictment. Of course, I'm talking about the Diddy case. But the timing here, not only do you have this BBC expose where you have a whole group of people coming forward alleging that they had been a victim of this conduct and of this sex ring, there's also that class action civil lawsuit. So the standard of proof in a civil case is much different than what is in a criminal case. It's preponderance of the evidence versus beyond a reasonable doubt. Criminal standard, much higher. That being said, a lot of what's in that civil complaint is reflected in the allegations in this criminal indictment. So there's most certainly overlap between the two. And from the perspective of both the prosecution and defense, you don't look at this case in the vacuum. You're going to be looking at those allegations in accordance with this new criminal case.
All right, Misty Maris, very interesting here. Thank you.
Yep, the timing
tonight
is okay. Hi, Juju. How are you? Long time no see. So anyway, let me bring you this one about the 13-year-old. Okay, let me just bring this to you real quick. I was going to discuss this probably tomorrow, but we're going through this. Let's just do this now. Hold on a second. 13-year-old. Here we go. And I do, I have parts of that affidavit, and but I want to get to Allie, and then we're gonna, I'm gonna have to get out of here. So hold on.
Journalist Toure, who knows Diddy, and Arthur Idala, who
now that's the one right there, who had his nephew or cousin go in for Diddy. When he talked to him once before, he talked to him to see how the internship was going. He said it's not going because Diddy told him that in order for him to continue being an intern, he had to do sex acts on him, and he left.
represents Ghislaine Maxwell, which is why I brought it up about the Epstein case. Okay. Celebrity, Toure, let me start with this. Celebrity A, celebrity B. Obviously, the plaintiff knows who those people are. What does that mean in terms of the storytelling of this if big names start getting dragged into it for not just knowing what Diddy did, but doing it with Diddy?
I mean, I definitely know that that is something that people are hungry for, and they want to know who else is involved, and there's this sort of prurient desire to see other people brought down in this. And surely Puff did not do all this alone. There are other people who need to.
Notice he said he didn't do it all alone. He knew about Diddy because of his cousin that he set up to do an internship with Diddy. And he found that he just happened to talk to him, just wanted to check to see how things were going. And that's when he found out what Diddy said to his cousin.
To be held accountable for creating a web of enabling and protecting him while he did all these sorts of things. But in here waiting to see like who else is named. the big fish in this situation is Puff. He is the one, if the government story is correct, if the complainant stories are correct, is the one who is initiating these incidents and is wrapping other people up in his madness. Tony Busby in all of his lawsuits, he's the one out of Houston doing 120, keeps talking about a sexual quid pro quo that Puff created, where people understood in order to get to be a singer or a producer or circle, you had to go along with what he wanted you to do at night. So, he is the big dog in all of this. And these other stories, I get it, I guess, but it seems to be when we have this very real, very frightening story right in front of us.
It is until you put two words made into one after it, subpoena. And Arthur, this is what people thought was going to happen with Epstein. That, Diddy's not Epstein in terms of, let's say, the level of money guys and international guys that he was running around with, but there are big names around him, and you get a subpoena, and you got to become part of this litigation, and it's about what you knew. It can really take it to the next level. This was what everybody thought was going to happen with Epstein, and then he killed himself.
Look,
but Epstein was the criminal case. Let's keep in mind.
Did everybody see the air quotes he did? He killed himself. He did air quotes because we know, air quote, he didn't kill himself, okay?
And all these allegations you're talking about are not in a criminal court right now. They are in a civil court, and the subpoena power is much weaker in civil court than it is in criminal court. But Chris, the story with the 13-year-old would break anybody's heart. It is a 24-year-old story, and in the complaint, it says that she has suffered every day over the last 24 years. It makes you wonder why she never complained to anybody who would have brought her to a lawyer or to law enforcement any one of the days in the past 24 years.
Exactly.
The other story, Chris, is that the guy is drugged to the point where he's performing oral sex on someone else. And I don't know if any drug, and I've done cases like this as a prosecutor and as a defense attorney, where you're so drugged where you're performing oral sex on a man. So, I know Diddy's going to have some great lawyers around him who are going to be able to question these people. All of these cases with the hotline numbers make me nervous. They did it against my client, Harvey Weinstein. If you know something about us, dial 1-800-HARVEY and tell us your story.
And Harvey is where again? Where exactly is Harvey Weinstein at again? Where is he? In prison. That's where Harvey is. Did you forget where your client Harvey Weinstein is? Prison. That's where he's at. Prison.
And you're going to get a big payday, and that's what lawyers got to think about is whether this is just a big money grab.
Cocaine.
Well, listen, I appreciate you both on this. The only thing, look, we'll see. For me, it's certainly not prurient interest. It's what does Diddy do to try to get himself out of trouble?
What did Diddy didn't do?
And that's when this story will go to the next level. We'll because look, hey, if he doesn't want it for a long time, he's going to have to offer something to these guys.
But Chris,
I'll give you a last quick thought on that.
That's not a real option in this situation. He cannot explain some gigantic conspiracy that is larger than the one that he's in. He's not a mid-level Cosa Nostra who can tell you how John Gotti actually gets this stuff. And he doesn't have a bunch of information that he can give to law enforcement that will change their understanding of the criminal underworld. He doesn't have any information that he can talk and get out of this. That's a weird fantasy that people keep bringing up, that like he's going to name some names and somehow that will get him out of it. Like, no, that's not available to him.
Nope.
Well, we'll see. And I hear why you're saying it, Touré, but we'll see where it takes us. Touré, appreciate you very much. Arthur Idala, thank you very much. Hey, thanks for watching.
So that affidavit is really, really bad. It is really, really bad. And I was actually I was already in pain, and I put it to the side till I read through. So I want to see the parts that I really want to discuss and show. But I'm going to give you good morning, Snosberry. Snosberry, did Diddy do it? Did Diddy do it? Even if he talks and puts other people into it, he is still not getting out of this. He's not getting out of this. Teray's cousin interned for him. Teray asked Diddy to give his cousin an internship. Diddy said, sure, man, anything for you. Did it. After a couple of weeks, he approaches the young man and told him if he wants to keep his internship, he would have to give him oral sex. And that guy told him to go F himself and left. Never told Teray about it. Teray just happened to call him to see how the internship was going. And he told Teray what Diddy said to him. So Diddy is not an innocent person. There's no getting out of this. None. So here is Shelly Carter. This is Allie Carter's mother. So let's listen. Yes, Snosberry, that's what he did. He told Teray's cousin, the music journalist, that if he wanted to keep his internship, he would have to perform sexual acts. Now, you've got people that's been inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I think they should do like they did with Pete Rose. They blocked him because he had a gambling addiction. All these people that have been inducted, that star on Hollywood Walk of Fame that Dr. Dre just got a few months back, needs to be pulled up because he's a piece of shit, woman abusing. When he had that stroke or whatever it was, did I feel bad for him? Fuck no. Karma is a bitch. Karma is a bitch. It'll come back and get you one way or the other. One way or the other. All these women he has abused. I put that short story up there with Dee Barnes talking to Wendy Williams about what he did to her. All these people that were at that party, he had a bodyguard standing there with a gun to keep people back from helping her. If you've ever watched Surviving Compton, or forgot the name of the damn movie, you will see that Eazy-E and Tupac were the only two that tried to help Miss Shelly. He would beat her when she was recording. All these people were around and did nothing. Nothing. Oh, Jesus. This is Shelly
Hi, 90s.
Carter.
This is Shelly. I just wanted to touch on a few things with you real quick. I know there's some new people here. Let me go ahead and start with prayer. Heavenly Father, we just thank you, Father, for all that you do for us, for covering us and protecting us, Father God, for putting people to stand with us shoulder to shoulder in this fight. Father God, I just ask that you let me be an accurate reflection of who you are. Lord, let nothing of my selfish nature, of my sinful humanity, Father God, detract, Lord, from who you are. Let your Holy Spirit, Father God, speak through me. Stir people's hearts, Father God. Pierce their hearts with the truth, Father.
And this is exactly
help them to grasp the fight that we're in here. Help them to understand what's going on with the children, Father God, enough that they rise up, Lord, on their behalf, that they begin to stand and fight on behalf of the children for justice for them. Father God, we just give you the praise and the thanks for everything that you do. Thank you for keeping us safe, no matter what the enemy does or the ways that the enemy tries to attack us. Father God, you've always been faithful. You've kept us 100% of the time, and we just give you the praise and thanks for that in your holy name. Amen. There's some new people here, so let me just give you a quick rundown. I'm Allie's mom, Shelly. I adopted Allie when she was 19 years old. She had been in CPS care in 2009. From 2009 to 2010, she was being trafficked while she was in CPS care, elite parties. In 2000.
Dre beat the shit out of Miss Shelly all the time. Suge got with Miss Shelly, said he would never lay a hand on her, and he did. She has a son with Dre, and she has a daughter with Suge. When Suge put his hand on her, that was it. She was gone. But Tashina Arnold was really good friends with Miss Shelly during this time. And she would always try to get her to leave Dre when he was beating the shit out of her. Your Ice Cube son looks just like him.
2010 to 2011, she went missing from CPS. She was missing for over a year. CPS put forth minimal effort to find her. They did not call the FBI. They did not put out flyers. They did not really do anything to find her. And that's not something specific to Allie. That's common practice of how they do kids. Allie started speaking out on the evils that have happened to her. She has DID. She has MK Ultra programming. She was a satanic ritual abuse survivor. She began speaking out in 2020. Shortly after that, we had somebody come into our jump over our fence and try to get into our house. We have been moving a lot to stay ahead of that. Gang stalking, harassment, those are all common things for anybody that tries to speak out. In January of this year, we did a live speaking event in New Mexico. In February of this year, we found a place where we could be off grid, and we got off social media, and we needed a minute. We had been moving nonstop for about 3 years. We found a hole that we could crawl in, and we crawled into it. Being on social media is not a career option. It is not something that either of us want to do. We are not seeking fame, fortune. We are not trying to grift off the truth. We don't want your money. We want your presence. On behalf of the children, we want you guys to become aware of the evils that are going on so that you can stand up against the crimes against humanity that are being committed. We were off social media does not mean that we were not still being threatened, gang stalked, and harassed. On July the 10th, June or July the 10th of this year, we had stopped at a gas station. I was paying for some stuff. Allie took a couple steps away to get a snack. While she was getting the snack, she was surrounded by men that were dressed as military. One was in the front of her, one came behind her and grabbed the phone out of her pocket. She was transfixed on the man in front of her. He was very muscular and bulky.
Where stuff is
these men were dressed like military. They had on the tan color fatigues. They were in military looking vehicles, but there was something not right with their uniforms. Their uniforms were wrinkled, disheveled. They didn't have the proper patches on them. It looked to me like they were cartel dressed as military. Something was really off with them. Their military cars didn't have the right markings on them. Something was just off.
License plate?
Thankfully, they just took the phone. But those things cause a lot of trauma to survivors. It causes flashbacks. It causes a lot of things. In December of this year, we met up with the insurance holders and a few of the heroes. We were going to do some filming to a small group. We had booked a room to do the filming in. On December the 8th, we had went to check on the room to make sure everything was in order. When we got to the room, we realized we were on somebody's territory, meaning there was a trafficker linked to the room that we had booked.
Oh my God.
We backed up from the room, lost the money that we had paid for it. We were scrambling to find another room so we could do some filming and meet up with the insurance holders. We had a bunch of affidavits that we were dispersing. There were insurance holders and 90s heroes from 14 different states that we were meeting together on December the 9th. The day before we were supposed to do filming, Allie's programming got triggered 3 times. On the 10th, on the 9th, we were able to find another space to meet up. So we got the filming done. We spoke for about 7 or 8 hours for filming. We handed out affidavits to insurance holders. And they flew home with those to keep them safe as part of Allie's Dead Man Switch. On December the 11th, the following morning, I think we finished up filming like 9 and 10 o'clock at night. We went back to the place we were staying. At 4 o'clock in the morning, I got hit with witchcraft. I've been hit with witchcraft a few times in the past. It's been a while. I got hit with witchcraft in the form of sickness. It came out of nowhere. It took me down, which is dangerous for Allie, because if I'm not up and present and coherent, that puts her in danger for anybody that wants to trigger her programming again, for anybody that tries to get a hold of them, anybody that tries to call up any of the altars that would be compliant with them. We left the place we were staying and we went to a hotel. We grabbed what we could out of the van, got upstairs, I barricaded the door, and I was out for about 3 days and 3 nights. Had it been under normal circumstances, I would have went into the emergency room or to the hospital because I was very sick. Thankfully, we travel with emergency medications because we don't have the luxury of doing things normally. So the best I could do at the moment was to get us into a room, barricade the door, and load up on the medication until I felt better. That causes a lot of stress for Allie and the altars. That put them in danger, but that was the best we could do at the moment. There were a lot of you, when the insurance holders, or when the admin were addressing the insurance holders and asking for prayer, I saw some of you jumped on to the comments. It was brought to my attention some of the comments that were being made. A lot of you were victim shaming. A lot of you were blaming me for not taking the backpack upstairs. A lot of you were blaming Allie for not taking the backpack upstairs, but you weren't realizing there's extenuating circumstances. There will always be extenuating circumstances. If there's something you don't understand, please ask and don't assume. We did the best we could at the moment. It was more important to keep Allie safe, to get us inside somewhere so I could get some medicine in my system until I could get better. When I see some of you guys be critical like that, when I see you guys be judgmental, when I see you trying to coach from the couch, it's really heartbreaking. Not because it's about me, not because it's about Allie. It's the attitude behind it. Some of you are toxic. The problem with that is we're talking about crimes against humanity, specifically the children. If you can't hear the truth being said to you, if you're not able to process that, if you don't have the common sense and the logic to think a problem through, you're never going to be of any help for the children, and that's heartbreaking. I don't need you to believe Allie, and I don't need you to believe me, but I do need you to be present and willing to stand for the children that are being raped and abused and sold for sex and tortured and skinned alive. If you can't do that, we're not on the same side. We're not in the same war. please be mindful of what you're doing, and you're saying it's critical how you respond to things. If you made comments, please go back and check those. And then
Girl, I've been talking and talking and talking. I paused this thing. Yes, I'm good. I've been talking and talking and talking when she was saying about the nasty comments that are being left on Allie's page. I've seen some of those. Some things that Allie say is kind of out there and hard for us to believe. Can you hear me now? Because I stopped the video. Some things are hard to believe that's coming out of Allie's mouth. But then we think about all of these young people that were accusing before. We heard the stuff that DMX said. We heard the stuff that 50 Cent has always said. We've heard the stuff that was said by Odie before Cassie, 5 years before this lawsuit with Cassie. We've heard all this stuff. We know it's been going on. We know it's been going on because, you know, where there is smoke, there's fire. But we have all these people standing around doing nothing. So when Allie comes out and tell what's happened to her, and she did name River City CPS services, same people that was involved with the Turpin kids that put them in this foster care system, in this foster home where those kids were again abused. So we keep hearing, we knew Orrin and Orson West was put in this family against the mother's rules. She didn't want her kids adopted. Then we find out that Trezelle's mother was a part of she worked for Child Protection Services, and she placed those kids there. Still haven't found Orrin and Orson West bodies yet. Still haven't found them yet. So while some things are exaggerated and far-fetched, I do believe that young woman has suffered, good morning, Kay, some type of trauma. I do believe she has experienced some type of trauma. She's talked about being a party favor at one of Diddy's parties. She's talked about all of these kids that are just lost in the system, that are being trafficked and everything else by CPS. And I do believe that. I do believe that. You've got crooked people all over the place. I do believe that. So with Allie's story, I dropped that link. You guys can go finish listening to that. I just wanted you to have a synopsis of what her adoptive mother is talking about. It's enough.
And then check yourself.
10 minutes to play, but I'm gonna have to go. But I wanted to show Lisa before I get out of here, because Lisa, as we remember, was going to rehab. She was at the bus station. You know, she got to the bus station. Her parents overslept. Now, your daughter wants to go to rehab. Hi, Cat's Rule. Your daughter wants to go to rehab. And for some reason, you oversleep and you can't bring her to rehab. Really, Lisa? So she says she was at the bus station and she wasn't. She went to pick up her prescriptions. I know full well that her father, her sister, would take her to take the Greyhound bus. She says that the rehab center bought her ticket. Now, the first receipt she called herself showing was had two different confirmations number on it, right? The first receipt, it was a 2, had a confirmation number. Next screenshot, it was a 4 with a confirmation number on it, right? She said that the rehab center bought her a ticket, but she needed money to get to the bus because first it was leaving at 10 o'clock at night. Then she came back later on and said the bus was leaving at 12:30. She said when she spoke to the guy, she didn't need to have a valid ID. Hopefully, they would take her dad's ID. I'm like, girl, who are these people that are believing this shit? You need a valid ID, period, for a bus, a train, a scooter, whatever. You need a valid ID. So then she comes back live and she wants to threaten people. She was high as shit. She doesn't want rehab. When she came back again, she wants to threaten people. She is threatening people, talking about she's going to put out the information on the teacher. Girl, no one cares. You all a bunch of junkies. You all need to be in prison. All of you need to go to jail. She wasn't at the Greyhound bus station. No, she was not. Nope, she was not. She went to pick up her prescription pills. There was a pharmacy right there. I don't know who these people are that are giving her money. I really don't know who they are. But I'm going to show you this one first, and then I'm going to show you the one from last night. I want you to see exactly what I'm talking about. I want you to see these confirmation numbers, right? I catch everything. I catch everything. So, is this the one where she's going to tell?
Good morning. How are you guys?
Wait a minute.
I'm doing. Okay. But here's a little bit. I just don't want everybody and their grandmother knowing where I'm going. So now that it's green, like I said, if you send in the pool is my number for Apple.
I want you to see the first confirmation number.
And if you send Apple
Look
Pay,
at her eyes.
I'll have your phone number to be able to text
She's gonna have your phone number so she can bug you for money.
2, if you send to the Love YU34 PayPal that's on the sticker, friends and family only, screenshot it, send it to my email, okay?
Now she picked up her K-pins this morning, okay? Look at her eyes. She's high as a kite. She's probably taking all that shit.
I can email you proof of the ticket. If you send a chime, Vibes365, Vibes with a Z instead of an S.
She doesn't have nothing but PayPal.
VIBEZ365, I'll send you. But as for right now, I'm going to show a little bit of it, and those who send get, the rest of it and everything. So, can my mod please put the poll back up so that they
have
the phone number for the Facebook pay or for the Apple Pay and stuff? Yeah, there's Apple Pay on this number.
She said she didn't have Apple Pay or chimes, nothing but PayPal.
So there it is right there.
Confirmation number begins with a 2. You see it, right?
Your booking confirmation. I X'd out the confirmation number. I didn't want everybody.
That's with a 2.
Calling up there. Let me see what else I have.
Now watch this other one.
I see.
I want you to watch the other confirmation number, what the number starts with. Oh, God.
I'm all at the house.
Okay. Move your head, Lisa. Move your head. Move your head. Okay, she needs to show the other picture. Hi, Sherry, sweetie.
Trying here to.
Okay, I think it's gonna be okay. Is this where you can see the other confirmation number? It's 2 different numbers. They have doctored shit so bad. I'm like, at least get the shit together. The confirmation number at the top. You got to move over a little bit. You'll see that number begins with a 4. See right up here, confirmation number. When she
I don't know, but here's the thing.
It begins with
Thanks, Lisa. You're all booked. Your booking confirmation. It says that I chose to have.
I was like, girl, who is stupid?
Which I did on my phone.
Okay. Let me go to the other one. This is the one from last night. No, is this it? Oh, Chantel, you didn't get that one. Hold on a second. I think it's Kai that got that one. Hold on a second. When she went live last night and threatening people, talking about she missed the bus. It was Yun's fault. This is AM. Well, maybe it was Mickey Mouse. Hold on a second. I have 3 sources that I go to get Lisa. Mickey Mouse. Let me see. Videos. There she is last night. Here we go. Same bridge.
I need $10.
Same bridge.
Like, I need Rod. Yeah, well, that's what I'm gonna do is Rod. So you win. You fucking win. No, they won't.
Nobody believed this girl was going to rehab. Nobody. Well, some people probably did. But now she's blaming TikTok and the internet because she didn't get to the bus, knowing full well that her mother, or not her mother, her father, or one of her sisters, especially Jess, would have driven her to the Greyhound station. And people are sending her money.
No, they won't. It leaves at 12:30.
Now, before,
but all I have is Apple
the bus was
Pay.
leaving at 10. Before, it was leaving at 10. Now it's leaving at 11 or 12:30. 12:30.
That's all I have is Apple Pay. And if you send anything on Apple Pay, I will, if you send anything on Apple Pay, okay, I will, I'll send you the whole ticket, okay? Yeah, it's already 11:30.
Number has a 4 on it. They don't know how to doctor shit. They would have taken her to rehab exactly.
I already
What
showed the
bus is going to
receipt.
go from there for $34.50? Girl, you're not going to Bowling Green, Maryland on $34.50? Really, Lisa? Really? The other ticket she tried to show was $134. Chantel, you remember that months ago? It was $134 for the same shit. Now that one is $34.50. Girl, stop.
Lie. I already showed the receipt in the other live, and then Kim kicked me off her page because she's afraid I'm gonna.
But her and Kim weren't talking. So how was she on Kim's page when she didn't have any access to Kim's page, as she said a week ago? How? Again, a money grab.
Expose somebody. She's afraid I'm gonna expose somebody. Which I wasn't gonna do. But now I'm really considering it. Really fucking considering it. Over fucking $10, bitch. Calling me a bitch. Kim is sick of me lying. She's the biggest liar of them all. You fucking
talking. Oh my God, they're saying that it was Diddy and I'm sorry. It says Busta Rhymes exposes Diddy and LeBron James. 13-year-old girls files lawsuit. Oh shit.
Bye.
Hold on, let me get Nookie.
Well, I gave her about 10 minutes. No text from her. Well, I gave her about 10 minutes. No text from her. So, looks like she does. And I'm going to send all the screenshots.
Oh,
so you know who, and say she could have stopped this over $10, and she cares that much about you that she chose not to. So, she chose not to, so.
That sounds like blackmail to me.
Yeah, a little bit mad. A little bit mad.
I'm a little bit mad.
A little bit mad. A little bit mad that people act better than other people. They ain't better than nobody else. So.
On the internet.
A little bit mad. Just a little bit.
I see the one she posted 8 hours ago.
Come on. Let me get my fucking pull up so I can get my fucking... If you guys want to hear a good juicy secret, come back in 2 minutes. It's payback's hard. It's fucking payback's hard. Payback's hard. Payback.
Oh my God. I'm going to drop this in the chat for you guys to go check out the messages between Lisa and Nookie. I mean, Lisa and Kim Rhea.
Yeah, well, it ain't juicy story time unless it's up to the person. No, I'm not going to get to go because of Kimberly Rhea and you guys on here. So thank you so very
it's everybody's
fucking
fault
much.
that she's not
And you
going.
want to know what? You want to know what? Since she wanted to call me names and wanted to do all that, if you want to know, really, about what you guys been wanting to know all over Discord, and it's a lot juicier than you think it is. I have all the info. Send $30 to my Apple Pay,
guys. Send her $30.
And I'll give it all to you, and you can put it out however you want.
$30.
No, it's not about me at all. Not about me at all. It's about Stephanie and her whole household. It's about fucking the teacher. It's about all of it. Since she wanted to play games.
To her.
She wanted to play games. That's great.
She's tapping her own screen.
So.
Oh my God.
Oh, you will care. No, you will care. Yeah, it is worth more than $30, but you know what?
I'm relying on you.
I need to get downtown, so I'm just gonna spill it for that. Plus, she called me a bitch, and tried to fucking act like she's better than somebody.
Listen to this.
When she's nothing but a fucking fiend herself.
So she just told you she was a fiend. She just admitted, which I already knew, she's a fiend. Okay? Now, who believes this girl was going to fucking rehab? Who in their right mind believed that shit?
Oh. So if you'd like to send the 30 to Apple Pay, up to you. You don't have to, but I would if I was you. It's pretty good.
I'll do it.
It's pretty good.
I'll do it.
And if nobody sends, then I'll just spill it on my own because I've had enough of her. And if nobody sends, then I'll just spill it on my own because I've had enough. And if nobody sends, then I've had enough of her. And if nobody sends, then I've had enough of her. And if nobody sends, then I got proof.
And she'll do it
if
for
I was
free
her,
now.
I would lose my fucking attitude real fucking quick.
She's cocky.
Because there's nothing else that she can do to me. Nothing.
Isn't
she put everything already out there. Like the fucking pussy bitch that she is. So.
Listen to the crying baby.
Anybody who has kids, you won't like what I'm about to say about this teacher.
We don't give a
fuck. So Kim either knocks her shit off or it comes the fuck out.
Blackmail on a live stream. Why isn't this bitch locked up? Why?
Real quick. Has nothing to do with blackmailing. It has to do with the truth.
Email on TikTok.
The truth for once. Just like she said, I'm clearing my name. I'm such an innocent person. Well, I'm clearing my name because Kim isn't an innocent person.
You both are fucking druggies. You both are criminals. You both deserve to be in jail. I can only hope you go to jail. If not, in the way you're going, Lisa, you're going to wind up dead.
And neither is her fucking.
It'll be so easy
just wait.
To go and just
Kim Rhea, who do you think?
She done put the drug dealer's name out there. Kimberly Rhea that put out the conversations with the drug dealer. Girl, you guys are crazy. You guys are crazy. How do you think the guy got shot in his back? And in a wheelchair like Brian? How do you think that happened? You think these people care about your life? Hell no. But you keep going, Lisa. Keep going. And you walking around at night in the door.
I'll be back. If I miss my fucking bus at 12:30, I will be fucking back with a fucking vengeance that she's never seen before.
Okay,
Fucking bus at 12:30, I will be fucking back with a fucking vengeance that she's never seen before.
Okay. So this is the drug addict who needs another fix. She done took all the pills. She took the pills, her anxiety pills. This is Lisa. And I don't know who keeps sending her money and why they keep sending her money. But this shit is crazy. Now, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see.
Anybody who does help, I'll just being mean to me that the fucking ticket, I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. Where's the green screen? Cancel. Apply this effect. Yeah, apply it.
Okay.
I'll show you the real ticket.
Okay.
I'll show you that.
Confirmation number, it'll show it. You gotta move. Has a 4.
Oh God.
That one has a 4.
So all I have now is Apple Pay because now they really don't want me to go.
So now she has Apple Pay only. Why? Because she and Kim Rhea got into another fight. They got into another fight. So now it's only Apple Pay. Kim Rea is never out of the picture.
To rehab because now all I have is Apple Pay.
If you really
in the
want
bio.
to get to rehab, Lisa, just like they supplied the bus ticket, they will send somebody to pick you up and take you to the bus. Lisa, stop the bullshit. And at the bottom of this, it says, please do not fold. It's something that you get off of a Google site. This is not an actual ticket.
To rehab because now all I have is Apple Pay in the bio. If anybody can help, it's just with 15. It's just
Look
with
at this.
15.
Now I want you to remember, she said that the rehab center paid for her. Okay? The rehab center paid for her. But look at this ticket. MasterCard, non-refundable billing address, which everybody knows the billing address, okay?
Everybody
But knows
it's not though. But it's not though. There is no, it's not though. There is no pay. No, nobody said anything on. No, nobody said anything on Apple Pay. Nobody.
Nobody.
And the PayPal's done.
So this is before she did the last one, threatening people.
The Apple Pay is in the bio. Is in the bio. The Apple Pay is in the bio. Is in the bio right here, where it's counting down. The Apple Pay.
Oh my God!
You just have to. I need 15. That's all. That's all.
She needed 15.
That's what my PayPal.
My PayPal. My PayPal.
It's all on there. If you send any money, I'll send you the actual white ticket. But please don't release it until I leave on the bus. Please. I'm begging you.
Please. Please. Please.
I need $15 on. I need $15 on Apple Pay, which is in
pull up a Greyhound
the
bus
poll
ticket.
right here in the left-hand side, so that I can fucking get down the Greyhound station.
You should have stayed your ass there that
Let me
morning.
go check and see if anybody helps. Let me go check. Let me go check. Let me go check. Let me go check.
Let me go check. Let me go check. Let me go check.
Oh, I need 15 on Apple Pay. That's all I need. That's it. That's it. Just 15. I can order the lift and get down there, but it has to be lift and get down there, but it has to be on Apple Pay, and Apple Pay is in the poll, and they're just requesting and making fun of me. Just wanted to go so bad.
She wanted to go so bad, guys.
God.
She wanted to go so
I don't
bad.
have another PayPal. I don't have another PayPal. We want you to OD. So you don't want me to go to rehab because you want me to OD?
Nobody gives a fuck.
Oh, God. Can you send it? You want me to OD?
Nobody cares, Lisa.
Oh, God. Can you send it on chat? You want me to OD? God. Can you send it on chat? But they're really not, because I went to request it from them, and it says that they can't receive payments at this time. They can't receive. I'm gonna miss the bus.
So, stop. Let me show you a ticket purchase receipt, okay, for Greyhound. And this is the confirmation that you'll get from Greyhound. They took two different things. View full document. Let me sign in. Hold on. I'm going to let that play. I'm going to sign in.
Now they're talking about my kids. Now they're talking about my kids. Talking about my kids. I need help with the mods anyway. I need help. Like I did everything everybody wanted. So fucked up.
Here's the thing, Lisa.
Anybody please
You
help
do
on
this for
Apple Pay. I
yourself.
just
Nobody else.
please don't.
No one else.
Anybody please help on Apple Pay. I just
No one else, Lisa.
please get. Yes, I'm taking the Greyhound. I need $15, but it has to be in Apple Pay in this poll up here. Counting down $15, but it has to be in Apple Pay in this poll up here. Counting down in the left. Jason.
This girl needs a fix. She needs a fix.
Oh yeah, you're right. I bought it. I bought a ticket. I bought a ticket for
No, you didn't
fucking
buy shit.
$34. I bought a ticket for fucking $34 to come on and ask for 15, ma'am. Yeah, that's what I did. That's
Exactly
You're
what
right.
you did, Lisa.
What the fuck, dude? Like, yeah, that's what I did. You're right. What the fuck, dude? Like, here, if anything sent to Apple Pay, I need your TikTok name. The Apple Pay number is right there in the poll, please. Pay number is right there in the poll, please. Pay number is right there in the poll, please.
So this was Lisa, and Lisa is a damn liar. Okay. So let me show you something. Here is a sample. Hold on. Let me share this right now. And then I got to go. I need to get up. Greyhound. You need to have a valid ID. Nobody's going to tell Lisa she doesn't need a valid ID because she does. You need a valid ID to catch a Greyhound, any damn thing. All right. This is Greyhound right here. This is what you see. You can download this. You can go in. You can change it. When I told you that confirmation number had that 4, look at it right here. This is what we were looking at. You can change this shit on here. One confirmation number begins with a 2. The other confirmation number begins with a 4. It says, click here to update. Lisa and Kim Rhea are fucking liars. Anybody that's sending these people money, believing this girl is going to rehab, is bullshit. Hey, Savage, is bullshit. Bullshit. Don't send this woman any more of your money, which you keep, but some people do it on purpose because they want to see her OD. I read some of these comments. They're telling her to OD. This is like, they said they're just waiting for the train to derail. They're saying all kinds of shit. And that bridge is always in the background. I saw that. I went, why does one thing on the booking thing says confirmation number 2? And when she showed the other one, it begins with the 4. I said, girl, stop. Just stop. I'll call you later. Or call me when you get a break, Savage. I'm getting ready to get off. I had to go get a couple of, well, I thought I was going to get one shot, but they gave me a cocktail. And now I need to get up and move around because I'm really starting to hurt again. And I'm just going to do this. I'm going to look into this P. Diddy, LeBron James shit, and this 3-year-old. I would definitely be looking into that. But I will be live tonight with Debbie. I promise you, I will not go to sleep. I will be up. And the funny part was yesterday, I set my alarm for 4 o'clock and didn't hear shit. That's how I was knocked out. And again, I'm sorry for not being here last night. Okay, call me when you're done. I mean, yeah, I'm getting ready to get off. I'm sorry. I need to get up. But I'm going to say this again. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. I really, really do. And you guys have a great, great Wednesday. And I will see you guys later. And thank you again for coming. And I will definitely talk to you guys later. Bye, everybody.